Hi there. In a world where nothing is certain, that means anything is possible, right? If you want to fulfill your dreams and desires, you are in the right place. You absolutely can have a life of happiness. Everyone deserves an abundance of love, laughter, success, health, and wealth. I'm Tara Chadzakis, and you're listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. The show that brings you meditation, mindset, and motivation. So start by giving yourself permission to be awesome. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hi, and welcome to this episode of Happy, Inspired, Motivated. Today, I wanted to talk to you about how we get in our own way when we're working towards the goals and dreams that we say we want. Now, it's quite hard sometimes to set actual definite goals because we like to set goals that we know we can achieve or we believe that we can achieve. And so we set goals based on our past experiences. So if we're growing a business, for example, and business growth has been slow in the past, we don't like to aim for something too ambitious because we're going on past results. We're looking at what's happened in the past and our stats, our numbers. We're looking at things like if we're an online business, how many followers we have or website visits and all of these things. And we take all these logical reasons into consideration. And you may say, I want to earn, for example, I want to have 5,000 in sales this month. And that might not be the goal that you actually really would love to have. It's just the goal that you're basing on what you've achieved previously or what you believe you could achieve. And those kind of goals are great from a logical perspective, but they're not really good from a law of attraction perspective, because that is limiting our potential, limiting our beliefs, because they are limiting beliefs, and they're limiting the results that we get because we're only asking for what we think we can achieve and what we think we deserve. So we get in our own way and we self-sabotage. So let's say, for example, you wanted to make in the next 12 months, £100,000. Now, if you look at the brain and think of it as like an iceberg, I'm sure you've heard this before. So the top half of the iceberg is a tiny bit that you can see. And that's what we would call the conscious mind. Now, the bit underneath, the massive part of the iceberg that is not seen, that's the subconscious. And so the subconscious is really controlling the game as such, because it determines what we do, what thoughts we allow ourselves to have, what beliefs we have, because it taps into, again, beliefs that we've created in our minds. And it also dictates what actions we choose and what we do with our businesses and with our lives. If we say to ourselves, I want to earn £100,000 in the next 12 months, the subconscious takes that and it says, well, let's be honest here, you've only ever created a wealth of £30,000 a year. So let's be realistic and we'll say that we're going to go for that because we know that's probably more achievable than £100,000. So we then take action on what the subconscious has decided we're going to achieve, which is the £20,000 or £30,000 and not the 100. And that shows up in lots of different ways. So there could be action that you could take or opportunities you could say yes to, but you don't. And it turns into self-sabotage. So you're actually setting yourself up for failure on that goal. Before you've even started, you have decided subconsciously that that's not going to happen, that it's not realistic, that it's way out of your league, way out of your range, way out of your expertise and scope. And so you don't achieve what you want. And then the subconscious is saying, you see, I told you couldn't achieve 100,000. You can only achieve 20 or 30 because that's the result you've got. So we have to retrain the brain to make sure that we can set those big goals and we can achieve those big goals as well. And it's all about letting go. So we have to get out of our own way. We have to get out of basically standing in front of ourselves with a stop sign or with this direction sign, the diversion sign, because those are the ones that are stopping us from achieving what we want. So let's say again that you wanted to achieve £100,000 in the next 12 months. So how would you go about that when your subconscious is believing that you're not going to achieve that? Your subconscious has already decided, because it has a quick run through of all the past events and all the past thoughts that you've had when you've thought to yourself, I can only achieve 30,000. I can only achieve 30,000. I can only achieve 30,000. I've always achieved 30,000. I achieve 30,000 in my job. I'll achieve 30,000 in my business. That's my ceiling. That's my limit. So we have thought those thoughts, for example, for a long time. And the more that you think something, the more it becomes ingrained in your brain and it forms a belief. So you get to the point where that is no longer just a thought. It is a belief that you have. And those beliefs really shape our actions. So the subconscious has gone through and found the belief that you are worthy of £30,000. So that's the action you're going to take for those £30,000. So we really want to stretch that and push ourselves so that we get those bigger dreams, because otherwise every single year it's going to be a maximum of 30 grand. And that is not growth. That is not expanding our potential. So what can we do about it? Well, as I said, we have to start with what we really want. You have to decide if, for example, it's 100,000, is that really what you want? Does that sound too much? Does that sound too little? And not thinking about whether you can achieve it. Just forget what you believe about your achievements, what you believe you can accomplish. Also forget about the logistics of it. Now that might sound a bit backwards in business, and I know we always say have an end result and reverse engineer it backwards to find the steps to get to that goal. And that's great in your business, but it's also still limiting your potential. So if you could earn any amount of money in a year, what would that be? That's where you need to start. What would be your dream goal for the next 12 months? Would it be 30,000? Would it be 100,000, 500,000, a million? What would you absolutely love to be able to achieve in 12 months' time? And you might say, well, a million Tara, that's stretching it a little bit, but it's not. I know of other entrepreneurs who have created businesses from 0 to a million in 10 months, not just 12. So it is perfectly doable and it is perfectly achievable if you've opened your mind to that. So start by deciding exactly how much you want to earn or how much you want to, let's not say earn, let's say how much you want to make in 12 months' time. Because when you're saying earn, you're believing to yourself, okay, well, let's say, for example, with me with coaching, let's say I said I want to make $1 million in the next 12 months. My most expensive coaching program is £6,000 and that's for 6 months. So I would have to do the maths and decide how many clients I would need to get to that $1 million. Now, it's not physically possible because those clients are with me for 6 months. There's only a maximum amount of hours that I can do in a day. So if I have a weekly call with those clients, that's one call each week for 6 months. Let's say I had a maximum of 40 clients, which would be, back-to-back coaching, which is not going to benefit my clients or myself by any means. But let's just say I had 40 clients on each intake. So that's 40,000. That's 40 clients times by 2. So 80 clients in the 12 months is £480,000. So as I couldn't physically fit any more clients in, and that wouldn't give me any more time to create something like a passive income stream, which could possibly double that. But my time would be really limited. I would be stretched. I would be pushed. I would be exhausted. As I said, my clients wouldn't be getting results because I would be working far too many hours and having too much energy to give. That wouldn't work either. So let's just take out the logistics of what you can earn in your business. Now, I'm saying that because when you open your mind to what you really want and what your dream is, and then you let go of the how that is going to happen, because in reality, the universe can achieve and bring you absolutely anything. And it's just as easy to bring you 30,000 a year as it is to bring you 1 million. It doesn't take any more energy. It's just whether you have the belief for that. So you're letting go of the how. You're not worrying about how you're going to get there. You are just 100% committed and have pure certainty, belief, and gratitude that that is happening in your life in the next 12 months. From that place, not from the logic place, the place of the logic mind, from the place of true belief and certainty, you're going to start rewiring your subconscious to believe that that's actually possible. And your subconscious is going to start finding ways for that to happen. And that's one of the energetic vibrations that brings things into your reality. Now, you'll get what we called intuitive downloads from the universe when you open up your mind to allowing any possibility, any possible avenues from that income, for that income. And we do get these downloads quite often. But again, when we have these downloads, our subconscious is filtering it and thinking, well, I don't really want to do that. I'm not doing that before, or that doesn't seem relevant. That doesn't seem good. I don't fancy that. So again, that changes the actions that you take. But if just for this time, for this next 12 months, you've set the goal, let's say 1 million, you set the goal for 1 million in 12 months' time, you have decided that this time you are going to believe 100% that it's going to happen. You're giving thanks to the universe because it's going to show you the hows. And one of the things about the hows, it's not necessarily something that's completely abstract and irrelevant maybe to what you do, but so when you take action, when you do something and you look at your path, you're looking at what you believe you can achieve based on, as I said, what you've done before. Now, if you followed a different direction and you took action on an intuitive download that you got from the universe that told you to go and do this, which might seem a little bit out of your comfort zone, for example, but not too much. And then you go and do that. And then when you've done that, then the next step is going to come along. And the next step may have been maybe something that you wouldn't have thought of, because where you were, for example, 30 days before, you were of a different mindset or a different capability, or you had a different level of expertise because you hadn't gone through those 30 days. So when you get the next step, you're at a different mindset already to be able to achieve that next step. So if you think of it, for example, that you can only see, if you're driving a car at night, however many yards in front of you that your headlights go to. So that's how we view our goals. We look at that, we say, okay, the headlights stop there. That's as far as I can go. That's my capability. That distance is my capability. But by releasing the hows and trusting and taking action on the downloads that you get, then you're constantly moving forward. So your headlights are reaching further and further. So instead of being able to see it from here to the end of the road, once you get to the end of the road, you're ready to see the next road, which you couldn't see from where you started when your car was parked. So that's the difference. When you get to a different level by following this intuition, by following these downloads that come to you, your mind and your vision takes in the next street rather than just the street that you're parked on. And that's the journey. That's the game that we're playing here with the universe. We're setting intentions. I want this. I believe that I can have this, because this time I am letting go of the how. I am surrendering to the universe. Yes, that doesn't mean you're just going to sit back and wait for it to happen. You will be taking action. You will still be moving forward with your business, but you'll be taking intuitive downloaded action, not just the actions that you think you should take, and not just the actions that you think you can do. It's going to be a completely different set of actions that you're taking. And each time you've achieved them, so as I said, the first set of actions might be something a little bit out of your comfort zone, but you trust, you believe, and you take those action steps. And then when you've got to the other side of those action steps and the next steps come along, even though before you'd done these steps, that those second steps may have seemed scary, your subconscious is now saying, well, actually, She did that first step, and that wasn't as scary as we thought it was going to be because it was only mildly out of the comfort zone. So the next step, let's say yes to that, and let's expand what we believe we can achieve. So it's opening the subconscious and allowing the universe to guide you, because the universe knows the quickest, the absolute fastest, and the best way to get you to where you want to be, to get you the results that you want, if you allow it to show you the way. And, when you get to the other side, when you get past each step, or when you get to your final goal and you start making a new goal, you're going to look back and be like, wow, it was so much quicker than I imagined, so much easier than I imagined, and so much better than I imagined. And that's the life you can be living in the next 12 months. If you get out of your own way, if you surrender to the universe, believe that you can have this dream delivered to you, take action on the downloads that you get, even if it seems, pointless, or, as I said, scary, a little bit scary, and not something you would have chosen normally. Trust that this step is the first step towards getting you to that £1 million or whatever financial goal you have. Trust that the universe knows how to get you to the next step quicker. Because by doing what you think logically is appropriate or acceptable or achievable, you're always going to be doing the same steps again and again and again. And then you're going to be getting the same results again and again and again. And we want to grow. We want to grow our businesses and be multi-million-dollar businesses or pound businesses. So when you are in business, you want to achieve those great goals. And it's not just a matter of being selfish and wanting that money for yourself. It's what you can achieve when you have it. You can the experiences you can have, not necessarily material things, but experiences, and how that's going to help you grow, which is going to help you serve your clients so much better and be able to help your clients and help lots of other people around the world. So just for today, let's set that big, big goal, get out of our own way, trust, believe, give thanks to the universe that it has delivered the goal, that it can deliver the goal to you. Start listening to your intuitive downloads and follow the downloads you're getting. Take positive action steps towards the goal of your dreams and trust. I hope this helped you. I hope you take action on these steps that I've just said today, because these will phenomenally change your life. Trust me, trust the universe, and trust that you know what's the right step for you to take. Sending you lots of love and blessings. I hope you have a phenomenal day. Thank you for listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. I'll be back next week bringing more meditation, mindset, and motivation for your happy and successful life. To find out more about our community, go to tarachatzakis.com/happy, inspired, motivated.